Hey guys, here's Louie, and on this video, on the 68 Firebird, the bird that came back from the dead, as I call her, I'm going to show you guys how I relocate the trim studs. So as you guys know, all this sheet metal here, all this original sheet metal, we're talking about here and also here, that is part of this quarter panel, was gone on this car. I also had to cut this off and replace it. Okay, so I technically lost all my stainless trim pins. Okay, and of course without that, can't put your trim back on. All right, I happen to be lucky and actually save 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this panel here, which is the deck lid filler. Okay, I was able to save those 7 of them, but the ones that was really in bad condition and was rotted, I had to cut the metal and also replace it here. Okay, all that said and done, I am missing a lot of trim pins, okay, to be able to mount the trim. Now check this out. In a lot of these first gen birds, not all of them are exactly built 100% the same. Okay, when it goes to measurements of the car and all that, all those GM measurements, they all screwed up. Believe me, I happen to own 4 first gen Firebirds, 167, 268, and 169. None of them match up, okay? And we're talking about before I was gonna restore them, so before anything was cut off of them. Anyway, I was lucky to make this template. So I use masking tape, regular painter's tape. Cost me about $1 plus tax a roll at Dollar General. Okay, and I was lucky enough to go to my backyard, and I happened to have another 68 Firebird that I bought, and I actually bought it because I was gonna restore it for the man. I was gonna do all the metal work, but something came up that he had to drop the deal, and it's not gonna get restored now for him to keep. But I am seriously thinking about keeping the car. But anyway, I made this template using that car, which lucky enough, all the pins are still there. All those studs, pins, however you want to call them, for the stainless molding are still there. Okay, and guess what, they are 24. So there's one here, one here. I don't know if you guys can see it marked, but I did mark it with a black Mario marker. I did mark it, and I counted 24 pins. Okay, when you are going to buy your set of screws, okay, when you are going to buy your little sets of screws, I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are they're like sheet metal screws. Okay, when you guys are buying them, they only offer you about 10, sometimes 14. I seen anything more than that, of course, is going to cost you more money. So if they're going to sell you 10, you have to buy 2. If they're going to sell you 14 and you want to install all 24 like I have here, you're going to have to buy 2 packs of this and the clip, which I have here. These are the clips that will be holding on your moldings, okay, for your rear glass. These are the clips. All right. As for the front, they're a little different. So that being said, I have 24. I still don't know if I'm gonna go with 24 exactly, but I will tell you guys how much I'm gonna use, and I'm gonna relocate them. So I'm gonna start marking using my template where they will go, okay? And the bit size that I like to use, this is the bit size. These are the bit size I like to use, okay? 564. This is exactly the one I'm going to use. The reason I say 564 is because I like the hole that I am going to screw this screw in to be a little snug, that I am absolutely 100% confident that she's going to screw and she's going to bite down nice and tight and she won't be wobbly. All right. All right, guys. So I just finished installing the driver's side rear trim molding. Okay. I'm going to share with you guys the tools that you would need for this project here. So I like to use this paint scraper. It really helps you to remove your trim molding. If you could sneak it, you see that little bend this clip have? If you could sneak this underneath, it will pop your molding right off your car, okay? Also, this pick here shaped as an L. It's a great, that angle, that right angle right there, this pick. It's also a great tool, okay, for this kind of project. A hole punch, the clip, you need to order that if you don't have it. And they like self tapper screws, okay, sheet metal screws. Your 564 drill bit for steel, metal, safety glasses. Okay, when you drill, you have shavings all over the place. Protect your eyes. All right, of course, a drill. And this shim here, I made it out of wood. This happens to be those packs that they sell you to shim things that are not stable, they're not even, so you could shim it. So what I did was I took the one that gave me a measurement, the thickness of the height where the original molding studs are welded on a Firebird first gen. And when I was happy with it, I kept it and I drew an arrow on it. This helped me with my 69 Firebird installation for the rear window molding. Now check this out. Trying to do this with one hand holding the camera, but this shim here, it's 3/16 of an inch, okay? 3/16 of an inch. All right, you see that? Going right in. So she's 3/16 of an inch. Trying to get a good picture for you guys to see right there. 3/16 of an inch. So if you could get a shim that is 3/16 of an inch thick, and then when you have it on the side of your glass opening, and you put this Mario marker just like this, and you tap it where you mark the hole, where you marked the dot with the Maya marker, you're going to use a hole punch. And from there on, you drill, and you screw, then you put the clip. Okay? So, let me show you guys real quick here. And I like how this is coming out. It's coming out really nice. Okay, before I couldn't do that because I did not have no trim pins. All right. So basically what I do is I get my marker, I get my shim, get my marker, I get my marker, I get my shim, my hole punch. Okay. And I mark with the arrow that I put my shim, I put on my shim to guide me. So the tape over here, I have 2 black lines I did with the marker. That is showing me the measurements I took off from the original 68 I have in the backyard. This is showing me, these 2 black lines are showing me that I'm supposed to have a stud here and a stud here to put 2 clips to hold my molding, okay? So this is what I do. I'll put the shim right underneath that line, okay? Put a dot. All right. Then I get my hole punch over here. Line it up with the dot I just did. And strike it 1 time. Strike it again. Okay. Then from there, I struck it with the hole punch. I'll get my drill with the bit. Get my drill with the bit. Okay. And I put the drill, line up the bit with the dot that I marked with the warrior marker. And I start drilling. One. Two. Okay. And then I will get my clip right here. My screw. See, this will focus now. My screw and my clips. And I'll go here and I'll start installing it. So let's screw in the screw. I told you these are like sheet metal screws. Okay. And the 564 drill bit, since it's a very small hole, it makes them bite into the metal nice and tight. All right. That's 1. And this is 2. Then I want to show you guys. Look at how this clip looks. See how that clip looks? All right. This flat part right here is the one that's going to go into the stud screw, whatever you want to call it, a stud or a screw. And this is supposed to be facing the quarter panel, okay? Could be nice and flat, and this is what catches your trim. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if I could focus here and zoom in. So that flat side is going to be facing the quarter panel. Goes over the head of the screw, and bam, she's in. Okay. Same way here. Boom. He's in. So guys, there you go. I have the driver's side rear trim installed and the passenger side rear trim installed, and I'm really happy how she came out. Okay. Yep. And that's the way you guys have to follow, and you could do the same. I don't want to do the whole thing because it's going to take too long of a video. But, of course, you repeat the process of, just like I showed you guys. You mark your locations with the shim. Okay. The one I'm using is 3/16 of an inch, like I show you guys in the gauge. Right here, there's a black line. So I will put, and I will be marking it. You mark it with the shim. You put the marker, put your dot, drill, put the screw, put your clip in, and all done. All right, guys. The next time we'll be seeing the trim going on is when I'm ready to install the glass, which is no time soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your new subscribers out there supporting the channel. Until next time. Bye-bye.